Can you see me? Yes. Hello and welcome to the War on Wellness. Tonight we're going to be talking about a very important topic. It is Women's History Month. So therefore we're going to be talking about empowering women's wellness. And I have tips for you and a bonus. But before we get there, let's look at the countdown video. Hello and welcome back to the War on Wellness. I am Penny McPherson, your host, and I'm here on Wednesdays to help you look, live, and feel well. So let me know where you're watching from. If you are watching from a state, a city, a country, put in the comments where you are or just say hello. Right now, I am in a place called, Prince George County in Virginia. And that is a little known town. It is so small, we don't even have a city. Well, we do have a city. We use a P.O. box of a town that is close by because we actually don't even have one here. So we're in Prince Edward County in Virginia. I don't even know where I am because I keep traveling and I've lived in different places. But so while they are accumulating my members and watchers who are watching today, yes, thank you for those who are watching on YouTube. Good to see you. Hello. Hello and welcome to Tanya and Petrella. We're watching over on Facebook. Hello to John, Eunice, Tina over on Instagram. We are here. Some of you are familiar names and faces. So thank you for joining me. Definitely happy to see each and every one of you. Yeah, I am here every Wednesday. And for those of you who may not know me, you may have seen in the intro that I have done extensive traveling and education, but I've also experienced so much just through the lessons of life, not just my college degree. Shout out to High Point University, not just Toastmasters International, not just medical missionary school, not just traveling to 8 countries, 3 continents, but just the experiences in life. And that's where a lot of the tips come from that I'll be sharing with you today, because trust me, experience is the best teacher, but charges the highest tuition. Can I get an amen in the comments on that? Because when you go through some things in life, you really remember those lessons. Okay. I think that we really remember the lessons, not just the ones that we read about in a book, not just the ones that we learn about when we're in school, but the ones that we really, really take home and take charge. Those are the ones that affect us, our struggle. Those are going to be the challenges that we remember. So I am going to checking on if you can hear me, put yes, or I can hear you in the chat. Someone says that they can't hear me, so I just want to double check my technology here today to make sure that we are cooking on all levels. So make sure that you can hear me, and I greatly appreciate it. Very good. Okay, good, wonderful. All right, so I am getting some feedback that we can hear, and so that is wonderful. All right, very good. So we're talking about women's health. It is national, it's international, it's Women's History Month, and you are making history. Whether you are trying to or not, you are actually determining whether or not you're going to succeed later on in life. And there are people who are watching you that you don't even know about, that they are watching you to see how it is that you cope with the things that you're going through. And so it is so important, this topic today, women's wellness, because really, I mean, women rule, first of all. And secondly, even if you're not a woman, you know a woman, you came from a woman, you care for a woman. And so, therefore, this topic is still important to you. All right, very good. So, let's move to our tips for the day. And I just wanted to say that I'm going to give you 3 tips and a bonus. So you're going to walk away with 4 gems today, and these are going to be essential tips for a woman's health. So whether you're juggling a busy schedule or you're just looking to prioritize your well-being, these tips are for you. So tip number uno, number 1 is stress relief. Now, I know you've heard about stress before. Heard of stress, okay? And you probably have some stress because most of us need to let their shoulders go. So let your shoulder go wherever you are. Just relax your shoulders because a lot of times we carry our shoulders up. So let's do a little exercise. Relax your shoulder. If you're watching me and you're not eating or doing something else with your mouth, most of the time our tongue is stuck at the top of our mouth. So we need to release our tongue from the top of our mouth. A lot of times we don't realize it. Sometimes we have our toes are balled up. Relax your feet and say for me in the comments on a scale of 1 to 5 this week so far, what has your stress level been? And 1 would be it's been very easy, very peaceful week, no problem. 5 would be you have a lot of stress that you're dealing with and trying to manage. So put in the comments either a 1 or a 5, which one that is for you. So we're going to talk about stress stress management. And it's so important because actually I did a workshop last year, and one of the attendees in the workshop was saying that her stress levels would get to the point that they were so bad, the stress would affect her body to the point that she was unable to defecate, and it would affect her to the point it would make her constipated. So yeah, we're just going to be real here. Stress affects every area of your life. It's not like you can put stress here and then go about your life and do this particular area, whatever it might be. No, stress, it completely permeates every area of our lives. And let me tell you, I used to be an adrenaline junkie, workaholic when I worked in corporate America for 34 years and managing processes for the state of Virginia. It was a lot of stress. I enjoyed my job. However, I did not manage my stress well. Okay, I'm just going to be I'm just going to be honest with you. I did not manage my stress well. So as a result, it did not sit well in my body. So I developed some bad habits. And so if you are one of those people, make sure that you're relaxing your shoulders so that your stress can be managed better. Because stress will kill you before a good diet will save you. Let me just say. So managing stress is going to be crucial to our overall health. So we want to take time out each day for activities that help to relax our mind and our body at the same time. So whether that's deep breathing exercises, whether that's progressive muscle relaxation, whether that's quiet moments, whatever those activities are, we want to be able to manage our stress levels so that we can help to look, live, and feel better. And so, okay, somebody's asking in the comments, what is progressive muscle relaxation? That is a very good question. And so it's actually one of the techniques that I plan to use in my workshop for the National Black Girls Run conference that I'll be speaking at. And so it is a technique where you have progressive muscle relaxation. So that means that you progressively relax, and it's something I do actually when I can't sleep at night too. So you progressively relax and you purposely think about the areas of your body. And so that is, as I just mentioned, that we want to relax our head, and part of that is relaxing our tongue, our mouth, and our chin. So we want to purposely relax there. We want to purposely drop our shoulders, and we want to purposely relax the front of our body down to our hips and the back of our body down to our hips. We want to purposely think about and relax our hips and our feet. So I think of it as head, front, back, bottom. And so when I say those things, those are the areas that you zero in on and focus on to relax. So let's try it, shall we? Okay. So we're going to do each one of the areas. So when I call it out, then that is when you relax it. Okay. So we're going to go with our head, front, back, and bottom. We do it again. And remembering that we're relaxing our head. The front is going to be everything down from your shoulders down to your hips in the front of your body. So your stomach, the back of you is going to be everything from the shoulders to the back of your body down to your hips, and the bottom is going to be hips down. So here we go again. Head, shoulders, no, head, front, back, bottom. Again, head, front, back, bottom. And so once you get the hang of that, then it doesn't have to be explained to you that what each part means, but it's important to have whatever your methodology is so that you can experience the stress relief in your body. So whatever that may be for you. And so our next tip now, I put the pictures of the holiday desserts. Our next tip is going to be embracing plant-based nutrition. And so I did that because a lot of times people celebrate over the holidays, whatever the holiday is. It could be Halloween, it could be Labor Day, it could be 4th of July, it could be the end of the year, beginning of the year, whatever the holiday is. People celebrate and they say, okay, I'm going to just I'm going to just do a little bit celebrating here for this month, and then I am going to get back on track. But what happens is a lot of us, I know that I did this, we got stuck in that mode. And so, tip number 2 is embracing plant based nutrition. And actually, I had one of my clients tell me that when she used my strategies for changing her diet, then she was able to sleep better. And so she specifically said that now she's able to sleep from 11 to 5:30, whereas before she was getting much less sleep than that. And that's not uh, where she wants to be, but she's not where she wants to be, but she's not where she used to be. And that is what's so very important. I ring that home all the time. It's important that we're not striving for perfection, but we're striving for progress. Progress over perfection, because that will free your mind. You stop beating yourself up because you're making progress. Okay, so we want to fuel our body with nutrient foods from nature, nutrient foods. So incorporating plenty of fruits and vegetables and grains and plant-based proteins in our diet. And we say, well, I can't get my calcium or my protein or my iron. Trust me, I get my metabolic panels done at the doctor's, and so do my clients. And when we follow a whole food plant-based diet, because trust me, there are things out there that say that they're healthy, or they said that they're plant-based, but they're not healthy. They're not healthy. Just because the absence of meat and meat byproducts does not make it. I mean, Oreos are vegan, but you can't make a healthy lifestyle built on Oreos. Sorry, Nabisco, but it's true. There are items that you can buy and that are packaged for us, but those things are not they don't lead to optimal health and vitality. And that's what we want. We want to be able-bodied as we go on in life, as we age, because all of us age. We want to have healthy body systems so that when we get to those points in our life, what I don't want to give away one of the tips. So we get to one of those points in our life, we'll be able to have choices. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that one right there. So we want to embrace a plant-based, nutrient-dense, whole food lifestyle. All right. So I want to say hello to all those who are watching. We just talked about sleep. So I'm curious, how many hours of sleep do you get? Just put it in the chat if you get 3 hours, 4 hours, 7 hours. Just put your number in the chat. As you heard the testimonial from my client, let her know that she's not alone. Don't feel embarrassed if you don't get a lot of sleep, and encourage her to inspire her if your numbers are higher than hers. So put in the chat what numbers you get as far as your sleep, how many hours of sleep that you get on average per night. So that brings us, so while you do that, I want to give a shout out. Let me say shout out to those who are in the chat. We have Hewitt, we have uh, Chanel, or probably Chanel, yes. Okay, in the chat as well. We have Stephanie watching over on YouTube, and Brenda. Good to see you as well. Charlotte. Okay, very good. And thank you to all those who are watching on Instagram. Yes, I am elated. I am just new to the Instagram audience. So I want to thank all those who are watching over on Instagram as well. Okay, wonderful. Alrighty then. We're back to our next tip. Tip number 3. Okay, gents and ladies, because this is for both of you. The next one is going to be prayer and meditation. Now, a lot of people might be saying, okay, plant-based spinning. Okay, I thought she was supposed to be talking about, food and nutrition and stuff like that. But hey, let me tell you, no, I talk about holistic health here. And we are a whole being. And being a whole being means that it includes things that may affect us mentally, spiritually, or physically. So it is not just what you eat, it is also what is eating you, and it is also what you are doing in the process of managing your life and understanding that really, it is God who gives the healing, who brings the healing to us. And we have to have that connection. We have to have a connection to something outside of ourselves, because we'll think that, oh, well, gee, I'm insufficient. I failed. I can't do this. And we can't do some things on our own. It really takes the power of God and the Holy Spirit in order for these things to come to fruition and to help us when we get down, because we're going to get down. These things are going to happen. So we need to deepen our prayer and meditation life. So whatever that looks like for you. So deepening your prayer life is number 3. And it is important because there is a time for spiritual nourishment. It's going to be essential for the holistic well-being. So that's prayer, and it's also meditation, and it's also mindfulness of that negativity, that the self-talk that we give ourselves. I know for me that the fact that I've increased my prayer life, that I've increased meditating on the word and memorizing specific Bible texts that relate to health, that's really helped me to overcome some of the rhetoric sometimes that goes on in my brain, and be able to cut through a lot of the rhetoric in society that's saying that, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, okay, do this, do that, and really society and social media will just have your head spinning around, but you really need to be grounded in order for that to happen. So, and one of my favorite texts I repeat to myself every morning is Psalms 103, 1-5. So that's your homework assignment, to find that text and read it and insert your pronoun there in that text. And let me know in the chat if you have a favorite prayer, or it may be the serenity prayer, it may be the Lord is my shepherd, or our Father, or something like that, or it may be a Bible text. But let me know in the chat. I'm curious to know how you all utilize tip number 3, which is deepening the prayer life meditation. And so it's really important to have a daily routine that nourishes your soul. So that daily routine is going to promote your inner peace. Trust me when I say it. It may not, if you don't practice it right now, you may think that it's not really that important, and really, it's what herb can I get, or what detox can I try. But when you detox your mind with prayer, hello, you're going to be on a whole nother level, So that is an important tip, and tip number 3. So I want to give you a bonus as well, just because I'm just nice like that. So we're going to give you a bonus. And so we talked about the 3 tips, and the bonus is going to be something, trust me, nobody else is going to give you this tip as a way to women's wellness. And it can appeal to women or men, but we're going to focus, since it's Women's History Month, on women and wellness. And I am pretty sure that nobody else has this particular tip for you. And that is the bonus is to expect the unexpected. Mm, yep. Expect the unexpected. And so we're expecting the unexpected. And so, what do I mean by that? When we talk about women at wellness, when we talk about uh, pursuing wellness, and when looking back over just your history in your life, you don't have to look back over the history of women in the that are on Wikipedia, or women that are in Hollywood, or women that have gone on before you. Look at your own history, sis. Truly, look at your own history. And in that history, you will see that there are some unexpected things that have happened in your life. Am I right? Put a yes in the comments if you agree that there are some unexpected things that happen. Well, one of those things, and I'll say it this way: you will probably get sick. Well, I'll say there's a probability that you will get sick. Maybe you will go through life and not get sick. Who knows? But there is a probability that you will catch a virus, bacteria, that there will be an injury that will prevent you from moving. And if you don't move, then your toxicity builds up. There may be a medical procedure that you have to have, a surgery, where your body's going to be pumped with medications. You may develop an autoimmune disorder, or you may develop a cancer, and you can do everything right and still get an environmental cancer from something in your environment. And so I said that to say the bonus tip is to expect the unexpected, because the 5 P's: prior preparation prevents poor performance. 5 P's. Because there are unexpected things that happen in our lives, then it is necessary for us to be prepared ahead of time. So that is why the wellness that we're talking about, the tips that I'm talking about, are necessary to practice now. Because while you are well enough to even watch this broadcast, we have to expect the unexpected. So when you get into a car, hopefully you're putting on your seatbelt before you have an accident. You use deodorant, whatever it is, in whatever form it is, before you start perspiring. That's the best time to use it. You put toilet paper in the bathroom before you need it. You set an alarm on your clock before you have to wake up or go to that appointment. So, therefore, it stands to reason that we would improve our wellness before the unexpected health crisis. Does that make sense? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense to you. We want to improve our wellness. We want to be our own best health advocate. We want to focus on our wellness, especially right here in this point in time, whenever you're watching this video, but for Women's History Month, but it applies all through the year. A healthy body is going to be able to better cope with whatever the unexpected circumstance is. And that is a tried and true fact. That's why during the crisis with the pandemic, there were people who had pre-existing conditions, and it made it a challenge for them to overcome when their body was attacked by a virus. And so we need to focus on being prepared. Prior preparation prevents poor performance, because if we don't follow these tips, and I'll just recap the tips for you. The first tip was stress relief that we talked about. So very important. It permeates all areas of our body. Tip number 2 was embracing plant-based nutrition. That is going to affect all of your organs of your body, and so therefore your body function. Tip number 3 was deepening the prayer life. and meditation life, because that also permeates all facets and forms of your body, especially your mental wellness. And the bonus is to expect the unexpected. So I appreciate you so much for joining me today on these essential tips for women's health. I thank you, all those who have contacted, I've consulted with over the last few weeks. You can also get a free consultation. It's free 30-minute consultation. All you have to do is contact me and we can have a conversation about what are your goals and how can I get there. So remember, prioritizing your well-being is not selfish. It is not selfish. It's essential for living your abundant life. So I want you to look, live, and feel well. And I can help you move from problems to progress with plant-based solutions. So I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And we'll see you on next Wednesday for the War on Wellness broadcast. Thank you so much.